Welcome back to Flips for Fashion. I want to talk today about a really incredible brand, and this brand is Bottega Veneta. Now, Bottega has had a recent surge in popularity, but they are an old fashion brand. They've been around since the 1950s, and up until about 2 years ago, they were kind of um, average. They had a decent creative designer, they had some house codes, they sold a few bags here and there. But ever since they have changed their creative designer, Bottega has been exploding. But that's not the only reason I want to talk about them. I want to talk about the fact that in a world of decreasing designer quality, we see Balenciaga made in China, Chanel having cardboard in their wallets, um, Bottega is still doing the most for quality. Oh my goodness. What the heck? That ain't right. Okay. Well, shop women, bags, new bags. Here we go. I want to talk about the fact that Bottega Veneta's quality is actually unparalleled in the industry right now. And even though there is absolutely a markup for the brand, the quality of leather and the amount of leather they use is actually really incredible. Um, and just look at this design. Look at this understanding of the fact that belt bags are in fashion. So it's like, how can we expand a belt bag? How can we do more? Fashion is interesting because it builds on top of itself, right? You can never do something that isn't at least a little bit copying or inspired by somebody else. Wow. But when the line between inspiration and copying, I think, is how much do you expand on the idea? How much are you looking at Prada's belt bag and saying, like, huh, belt bag, it works, it's popular, it's practical, women like it, but how can it be even better for them? And so Bottega is showing us that at every turn. And they've taken this old house code, the Interratio, and they have expanded it into new styles. They're not relying on their name anymore. They're actually showing such a deep and interesting creativity. So I'm really happy to share this brand with you guys. Um, if you just look at them and look at the variety, like we're seeing puffy, fluffy, flat leather, interratio, but the really incredible thing about it is none of it is derivative. All of it is interesting. All of it, even if it's not a new idea, makes is creative, and you can tell someone really thought about it. So I want to talk about another thing in Bottega, and let me just find you a quick example. Yes, load more. Come on. They haven't done as many like this recently, but it's still definitely a big part of their repertoire. Ooh, look at that. And see, like this, right? Looking at it, it looks super shiny. It looks like some kind of like nylon, aluminum, some kind of synthetic, but it's actually leather. That's another thing besides, to be tangential thing I wanted to talk about is Bottega really does really cool fabric manipulation. I have seen them do a bag that looks like cardboard, but it's leather. Um, they like this is leather. It's 100% leather. So for them to do that and do that kind of fabric manipulation, but still keeping integritous materials like leather, is really impressive to me. It makes me like their brand even more. Let me see if I can speed up finding this little thing I want to show you. Are these chains long enough to crossbody? I think they are. Let's see. Maybe not. So you notice a lot of their newer bags have a leather strap, and I'll explain why that is in just a second. It's their cassette bag. It's very popular, very practical. It comes in 2 sizes, and it's very cute, simple flat bag, great for every day. So I can't find exactly what I want to show you. Hold on. Let's see if it's a shoulder bag. I wouldn't think so, though. I would think of it as a crossbody, but what the heck do I know? This Jody is also really, really popular. Just the simple knotted look. It's leather all the way around. It's fluid. Inside, it's just like, it's one space and then there's a little zipper pocket on the side. Very simple, very nice. Here we go. Yep. So this chain is what I want to talk to you about. Let's find a funner color to look at. This chain is what I want to talk to you about. These chains, if you've ever tried on or held or had a Bottega bag, are heavy. They are extremely heavy. They're even heavier than a Chanel chain because Bottega Veneta does not hollow out their chains. So, as you can see, it's gold finish. It's not like full gold all the way through, or else this would easily be $10,000+. But nonetheless, whatever it is, whether it's steel or ruthenium underneath that gold finish, is completely full. So each one of those little donuts is heavy. So these chains are heavy, like that'll hurt your shoulder. So I think that's why they've been leaning more into the leather straps, because like while this looks great and it's kind of fun in the beginning, after a while, I mean, that's just painful. You can't carry that around all day. You can't walk to work in that. So let me see. I want to look at their shoes for a second because they have some really cool shoes lately. Okay, I love these Interosio boots. I think they're so cool and interesting. I love the ankle boots. I wish they came in more of the fun colors. Maybe they do. Maybe we'll find that they do. Bottega did these like this type of sole for the last few years, these lug boots, and they're interesting, but honestly, how many women really want to wear a sole that makes their feet look big? Like, it's fun for celebrities, really adventurous people out there, but most luxury customers, they're just not going to buy something that looks like that for that price, especially because Bottega, as wonderful as it is, doesn't hold value, because holding value is about brand power, not about quality. That's just the truth in fashion. But I'm loving this Interosio boot. I just want to see how they style it really quick, if we can see a picture of it on. That is so fun and interesting. So we're not seeing it on, but I think it's a really fun boot. And I hope that, this winter we can see it in some more colors. Let's see what they're doing with ready to wear this winter. So I see they've toned it down from last year. It's still experimental in terms of silhouette, but in the last few years I have been seeing a lot more like color from them. Whereas what I'm seeing here is like interesting cuts still, but a much more muted color palette, much more simple, predictable. Interesting how they're styling these boots. They are not afraid to make a woman's leg look big. I'm noticing that much. Oh, see, there's something crazy and fun. Looks like a coral reef. Yeah, so like they are saying, a big-legged woman, like that's an okay silhouette in fashion now, and why not? So it looks like a lot of these gowns are pre-order, and I'm loving these gowns. And the thing I love looking through their website is I don't see any other designer. There's nothing that makes me think, oh, they're ripping Balenciaga. Oh, they're ripping, Dior. Oh, and by the way, I just want to say the latest, or I guess now the last Balenciaga show by Yee with all their promotions. Oh my god, everyone is just copying those poses. I don't know if you guys saw that video where he like has like shows all the outfits as though it's like the beginning of a video game, and then he kind of like runs around the city. Like the amount of people who are just doing that kind of posing on their Instagram is wild to me. It is extremely popular. Now let's see. This is saying that this dress is actually made out of jersey. Can we get a close up of the fabric, please? Let's see. Here we go. So we have like, wow. So this is jersey. That's interesting. The fabric manipulation is so interesting. It makes me feel like I need to touch it to really understand the garment. It's just, I love that like we're looking one way, but we're not necessarily gonna feel that way to touch. Like, what? This is Vicose, but it looks like almost like cotton poplin. So I can see they're really leaning into fabric manipulation for this collection. I love that. I love to see more of it. I love that they're sticking to their integrity as designers and artists rather than just trying to cater to the market. And I hope that they can continue to have enough sales to keep that up. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, this dress came in red too. I don't know if they still have that. That was a while back. Yeah, definitely a brand that's doing a lot of really interesting stuff right now. And I know they're slowing down a little bit in a lot of parts of America. Loewe is kind of taking that hot bag spot, but I still think that Bottega's doing a lot of really interesting stuff. And I'm excited to see more from them. Wow, wow, wow. Going for the leather. And you know, I've even seen Oscar like doing more leather pieces. I wonder if there's some inspiration there. Now let's see. I want to see just shoes one more time because we only looked at boots. So let's see what else we can look at. So boots with boots we've seen. Boots, 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 boots. Jeez Louise. I want to see some heels. Maybe I need to just go to shoes and see what pumps I can see. Well, my internet seems to be slowing down a little bit, so that's probably a good time for us to pause. But come back and subscribe to Flips for Fashion to see more takes on fashion in the modern era. Oh, wait. Yeah, so here's what we saw in the model. Oh, this one I've seen in person. It's interesting because there's actually like a thong there. I think that would be so uncomfortable, but it's certainly interesting. And then this is their take on a chandelier heel. See, so original. So original. All right. That's all I have for today, folks. Remember to like